brother. Yes, sir.
Hosea chapter 1 verse 9. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power.
Right, and so that part has definitely been fulfilled. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
And when you look at this sign, and then you consider the scattered speckled birds among the heathen, how can you count these people, man? You can't. Go ahead.
Which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people,
right?
There shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
And that scripture is coming, and that scripture is actually in play as well, and actually coming to pass, because there's probably over 100 different videos of Edomites and other heathens declaring to the world on YouTube, on the internet, that we indeed are the people of the Lord, man. All right? That's in play, because it's not only us saying it. You got Edomites themselves saying it. All right, and heathens saying it, man. So that scripture is actually coming to pass, man, because that's been declared to the world. You got videos; some of them have been seen in the hundreds. The videos have been seen in the hundreds of thousands. All right, where they're saying, "Hey, look, hey, those people are the people of the Lord, man." All right, so that scripture is coming to pass, man. All right, but you know, it's funny. They won't put that Israelite video on Fox and CNN though. They won't put that one on.
Yeah, that's a sphere, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
But that one, give me that one with when Peter asked the Lord, "What are we gonna get?" You got it.
This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall...
Wait, in the regeneration, meaning you coming back, because how are they going to rule if they all dead? They've been dead for thousands of years.
Right.
Come on, man. Read, brother.
And it says, in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
There we go, man. He gonna sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So where are those 12 thrones and the top and the 12 over in the land of Israel?
Right.
Because I ain't seen King David or the other rest of the 12 on TV yet, or show up in the hood yet. Because you think they will be coming to check and put everybody in right. Either it could be, you know, that Luke 19 and 27. Because the Israelites that ain't right, they gonna get that sword, man. They gonna get brought before the Lord, man. All right? They gonna catch that they gotta finish out their punishment before they get the blessing, man. All right? Go ahead, brother. As a matter of fact, get the precept to that. Get that Ezekiel 37:23. The precept to this, and then whatever y'all got. All right? Yeah, when it talks about pretty much the same thing, the pearly gates, the 12, King David sitting on the throne, all that. And all that's a part of the dry bones waking up, man. All right, that goes right with Matthew the 19th chapter, man.
Ezekiel 37?
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel...
I think right around verse 23.
Yeah.
This is
You started 22.
Yeah. This is Ezekiel 37 and 22. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel.
Yep.
And
one nation, so one nation of Jewish or all 12 tribes?
That's all 12 tribes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't, you know, all right.
Ezekiel 37 and 22. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all.
That's right.
And they shall be no more two nations.
There should be no more two nations, meaning, and that's not just Jewish and Levi. All right, that's talking about the northern and the southern kingdom, all 12 tribes. Read.
Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Right, so the breaches are being, and matter of fact, within the camps of GMS, those breaches have been closed up, man. And that's a worldwide thing, man. Because not only do we have representations of all the tribes in the camps. We also have the speckled bird brothers got in the camps, man.
That's right.
All right. So hey, we fulfilled that, man, and that was all done through the power of Yahweh Hashem that was shot, man.
Right.
We didn't go around and find dudes that looked like Edomites, you know, just to see if they was cool or not to come hang with us.
Right.
All right. That's not how it worked, man. Go ahead, read.
Ezekiel 37:23. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols,
That's right.
nor with their detestable things.
And so we know, and we were just talking about that across the street, man. So that cancels out Pink City,
That's
all
right.
right, and all and kosher pork. Go ahead.
Nor with any of their
Or female rabbis. All right, go ahead.
nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned.
So they need to be saved. Hey, I'm sorry, man. The Ishis don't need to be saved. They got their own military, and they're the wealthiest people on the planet, man. They live in the best places on earth, wherever they are.
That's right.
Okay, some of the best suburbs in Chicago and the best areas in Chicago. They live there, right? And gated, there's a lot. The majority of the gated communities in Chicago are full of them. All right, there's a bunch of them just across the river, man. Go ahead.
Wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them, so shall they be my people, and I will be their God. And David, my servant, shall be king over them.
That's right.
So where's King David, man? All right, if they're the people of the Lord and Israel has been established, where's King David? They don't fit the prophecies, man.
That's right.
All right, they simply do not fit the prophecies. Okay, I used to watch Sesame Street, when I was a shorty, man. And they still had a little skit today, which one of these things don't belong. All right, and so when you got all the things that are related, they don't belong, man. All right, they don't fit. You got the little curly hair Ephraimite. You got little Jake bouncing the basketball. All right, and then you got this funny looking hook nose dude. He don't fit, man. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 37:24. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my
who's
judgment.
that one shepherd, man?
That's right.
Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, they shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them.
And they're not walking in the statutes and observing them, man. We got same-sex marriage and all kind of things going on. They're not observing what's in the Bible at all. But yet they'll all be in church tomorrow, though.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 37:25. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt.
Now the people that are dwelling in the land, their prophecies declared in the beginning. Now what would be at the end? That Edom would declare the land of Israel to themselves. All right?
Oh,
Was that not declared, before it happened? Ezekiel 36:5. All right, so we're talking about prophecies and fitting prophecy, man. Hey, just saying. No, just saying.
Ezekiel 37:25. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever, and my servant David shall be their prince forever.
Oh, that's a good one, man. But no, damn, that's a good one. But no, the one where it says that Idumea have assigned to themselves.
It's 36, Ezekiel 36:5.
That's Ezekiel 36:5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Ezekiel,
What did you just read? Isaiah
That was Ezekiel 37.
37. Okay.
Ezekiel 36, verse 5, it shall be a place for the spreading of nets in the midst of the sea, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord power, and it shall become a spoil to the nations.
You're in Ezekiel.
Yeah.
I might gotta go up. It's in the chapter.
Maybe it's 35.
Sorry, Slocky, I was looking at 36. My bad, that's my fault. Ezekiel 36:5.
There we
Therefore,
go. Yeah.
thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
So from the beginning, the Lord told you that the Idumeans would would appoint the land of the Lord into their possession, man. So who's in the land of Israel right now? Idumeans. All right? Hey, you can't get around the fact, no matter how much you want to, that the Romans are indeed Edomites. And that Christians, Edomite and white Christians, so-called white Christians, are descendants of the Romans. And that Europeans are descendants of the Romans, not Japheth.
That's right.
All right? They're not Japhetic. All right? And so those people, all right, because the Jewish people are like, they're throwing the white Christians under the bus. All right? And the white Christians are doing the same thing, though. Because the white Christians are saying, no, that those Jewish people are the Edomites. Guess what? Y'all all Edomites.
That's right.
Y'all house divided, man. Because see the problem is you KKK militia, white power type Edomites, man. The Amalekites are your brothers. They're your people. All right, and they didn't share the wealth with you. All right, and you're right, and they let you. They push this doctrine that they were better than you, and all this other bullshit. And then you Christians are full of shit because you support these Jewish people, and you support them, and they're completely against your Jesus Christ. They're completely. They could refer to you as cattle, man. And they've proven that and shown that in their actions, the way they've dealt with you, and not shared the wealth with you. Right? They gave you a false security, and it was called whiteness. Because none of you are white, you're red. You're the red Hebrew Edomites that the Bible speak of, man. Right? And they put that false label on you. It gave you a little privilege, and they ran with it, and you ran with it. And now that's run out, and that doesn't work anymore. All right? And so now they're mad, man, and now they're pointing fingers at each other and throwing each other under the bus, man. And it's actually quite comical watching the Edomite Jews go point out the Edomite Christians. It's actually quite comical how they point fingers and arguing back and forth with each other, man. Because that rabbi just straight threw them under the bus, man. If you watch that video, he was like, "Yeah, hey, look." He said, "Not only are the descendants of the Romans, but all of the Christians, all the white Christians of Europe, they're all Edomites." He just threw them under the bus, man. Tattletale, right? Who did it? He just dropped down on them, man. Right. That's a prophecy. So there you go, man. So that's what we're talking about, and this is what Christianity ignores. They ignore the prophecies of the Bible, man, and they ignore the lineage of David and this role that it plays and his role in the kingdom of heaven, man. In Revelation, the last chapter 22, he tells you he's the root and the offspring of David, man.
That's right.
All right. All right. Did not King David himself prophesy that his Lord was at his right hand? That he said, "My Lord so he knew Solomon was going to be Yahushua, and he knew it was going to be in another lifetime. He knew that. He understood that this is my son, but this is also my Lord. I'm going to bow to him one day." All right, because normally the father don't take a knee. You the king, you don't take a knee to your son. Your son takes a knee to you. Right. All right, but David was telling you that, hey, look, I know I'm the king, but this is my Lord. He was telling you. Whatever y'all got.
I got Psalm 64:8 for the Roman Christians and the Amalekite. Psalm 64 verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's exactly what the elder was going into, man. The Amalekite, that rabbi, was telling on his own people, saying, "Yeah, those are Edomites, not us."
What's that scripture say? When you point your finger, 3 point back at you. Woo! Right? They the Edomites. Oh shit, it's 3 of me. Yeah, I think it's 8. Is that right? 16.
That's the truth,
Maybe 30. Job? It was one. It's a good precept.
Oh, it's
to that Psalm 64:8.
Yeah.
I think it's Job 15.
Nah, it's
15 and 17 maybe.
No, 15-6. Joe
15-6. Ah, I was close.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Con.
This is Job 15. Job 15:6.
Yeah.
Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thine own lips testify against thee.
His own lips, man. So while he pointing them 3 fingers right back at him,
Yeah.
he's talking about those Christians, those white Christians are the Edomites with them stupid ass curls on the side of his head, shaking and shit. No, you too. You too. You right. You too, red nigga. You too. That's exactly what they are. Go ahead.
That's right.
This Matthew 12 and verse 25. And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself cannot stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. He shall then how shall then his kingdom stand?
And that's how we're watching it all go down, man. Because the Dems versus the Republicans, the alt-right versus the far left, right? You know? And now it's coming down to the fact where it's going to be heterosexual people against everybody else.
Yeah.
Because I seen dudes with shirts and women that says heterosexual rights. Because they tired of having to bend over to your choices, your transgender and all this other shit. They're like, well, what about us?
Yeah.
What about our rights? You know?
Hey, Elder. They had a. You said that they had a parade in Boston. Heterosexual rights parade.
Damn.
The whole parade in Boston.
There you go, man. There you go, man. That's what I'm talking about. So, and they're like, hey, look, we the straight motherfuckers, man.
Yeah,
We want our rights too, man.
They gave me.
You know?
The whole fucking parade.
Right. You know, we not down with all this fruity shit. We want our shits too. Yeah, right. Where's the laws that protect us?
Right.
You know? So it's like you know, you got to be ashamed if you're a heterosexual now.
Yep. It's terrible.
If I'm heterosexual. I like women. No,
Right.
what's wrong with you?
Right.
You know?
Oh, and then they'll say, you crazy if you don't accept a man that transformed himself into a woman.
Right.
And they consider him a woman now. And if you reject that, you're a fucking
But you can't reject the fact that I just want to be with another woman.
that's it,
Right.
right? You know, like fuck.
That I don't want to be with no man, and I don't want to be a woman. I want to be with a woman. I don't want to be a woman. But it's something wrong with me, right? And I want to make sure that my children and my grandchildren aren't exposed to that, because I don't want that in my household. I don't want them seeing that. I don't want them to be spoon fed that against their will.
Yep.
Tied up to the baby seat, just being fed a bowl of gayness. You know, transgenderness. Here, eat this. I know it's nasty. I know it don't taste good. Eat it anyway. No, man. No. What about our rights, man? You know, you can go on the internet and see us for free.
And then you had some 30-some adult 35-year-old men talking about, yeah, I'm gonna marry your 3-year-old son. Pedophile rights. That's what this place has to do, man.
There it is,
what's
man.
next.
Right. So what about exactly? What about heterosexual rights, man? You know, we need a parade for us.
That's the law down south where you're allowed to marry your sister and your close relative, man.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere out east there was two first cousins that
married.
got married. You know, and they were fighting for 10 years to do it or something like that. You know, which was sick if those two if their fathers are brothers. But the first cousin on your father's side is like a brother and sister, man. That's too close of a relation, right? Because your father and their father came out of the same waters, man. That's why there's a law in the Bible that if my father was to die before he have children, right, that his brother could go on to my father's wife to raise up children unto him. So why? Because we're the same. Your father's uncle is a close. Your father's brother is a close ass relation, man. Because you and your uncle are literally the same waters, man. You know. So that's a close ass relation, man. So your uncle's children, that's a close ass relation, man. Now if it was the mother side, you know, because their father is a different lineage, a whole different, you know. But what we're talking about with your father's brother,
Right, because Jacob uncle, what's his name, Laban, he married Rachel and Leah on his mother's side, her brother.
all right. So yeah, so that's too close of a relation. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Right, and even worse, marrying your damn sister. All right. If you look at your sister sexually, something fucking wrong with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Really.
Shit.
I mean, you could even think, I think my sister is beautiful, man. But I don't look at her like, damn, my sister's fine. What? That's sick, man.
Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
And who would create a decree that would allow that to happen? That's darkness for light and light for darkness, man. Well, I'm gonna sign this law that says you can marry your sister. As a matter of fact, if you want your dog thrown in that threesome, you can man. Right, and if the sister married to a tree at the same time, this place is bugged out, man. I heard of a bitch wants some stiff wood, goddamn. Bitch married a tree, man. Oh, she met her soulmate. Okay. Hey, that's Babylon for you, man.
That's right.
That gave a whole new definition to a tree humper. Shit, that bitch a tree humper. Go ahead, brother.
Come back in Isaiah 5 and 20. That put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. You know, and that's the East, man. They're wicked as hell. They give you a license to sin, man. Say this is okay, man. This makes sense.
It won't give you a license to fish if you can feed, so you can feed yourself.
Yeah.
Say, oh, you got a couple debts, huh?
Can't do it.
Yeah, can't give you a license to fish. So you could buy, you can go to any sporting goods store, right? Buy a fishing pole, right? Buy some hooks, you know.
Some bait.
Matter of fact, if you allowed all the homeless to fish,
Yep.
it can help them. But you know, but now you got to even get a license just to go throw a pole in the water, throw a line in the water, right? Because they don't want you to be able to do anything that they can't tax in some form of way. All right? It's like, damn, wait a minute. Damn, they don't have to go to the grocery store. These fuckers can actually make their own bread and go fish and throw some fish on it. Yep. Nah, let's figure out, there you go. They don't want you to be independent in any way whatsoever fashion, man. I've been watching a lot of those bushcraft videos as of lately, and I suggested you brothers too. You start watching them bushcraft videos, man, and because we used to know that stuff. All right, you know, so you know how to get water out of a tree and know how to make a fire and how to build a shelter. I highly suggest that you start
pick out food. The food
how,
all around you,
how to
man.
start picking out food. Right, that video is all about that, and you need to start watching those videos out there. Watching them, because the Lord gonna give us the way, but He gonna give you the way. That's part of giving you the way. All right, we go out, we leave the city, and we out in the damn woods, and we all freezing to death because don't nobody know how to make a damn fire, build a shelter. All right. Don't nobody when we're in the midst of the forest and you really can't see much, nobody can figure out which way is east, south, north, or west. You gotta start watching those bushcraft videos, man. All right, You know, you can turn off the booty shaking, the booty clapping for a minute, you know, and take 15 minutes to watch it and learn how to build a fire, man. How to set up build a shelter. All right, watch E go out there with a damn backpack on, an axe, a knife, all right, and a pot, and we watch him build a shelter and start a fire, and it's like 20 degrees out there in the snow, all right. Then go fish and come back and cook that shit. All right, and then survive through the night, for night after night. All right, because hey, if that was they'd find your corpse froze. All right, learn that shit, man. But we have to relearn how to be a man. So let's take. Not saying we just gonna depend on that, but the Lord is also just like He gave you the wits to go to the videos to learn the scriptures. Learn manly things, man. Right?
Teach Judah the bow.
Teach Judah the bow, exactly.
He is the head.
Okay? So it wouldn't hurt to learn that sort of thing, because we are going to have to go to the wilderness soon, eventually. The scriptures say it. All right?
You think King David was on the run, just on the run? Like,
Right.
nothing to do?
He knew, right, exactly. What do you think he was doing when he and his men were out there in the woods, man, taking shelter in caves and in the woods and stuff? They were building fires to keep warm, man. They were hunting and cooking, picking berries and the proper stuff. They knew what to pick, what to eat.
And our law to have that paddle. You got to bury your shit so animals don't track.
That's what they. All these guys that they go out there. They all have a little shovel, man. All right, they even got these cool ass survival shovels that are also weapons, man. You know, it's a shovel that's sharp like a damn axe. Right, you can actually use it like a axe or even a protection if you had to. Okay.
This is Luke chapter 16 and verse 8. And Yahweh, and the Lord commanded the unjust steward, because he had done wisely, for the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. So, hey man, hey Esau, Edom, and a lot of these heathens, man, they know how to do more things like that, hunting, and surviving in the wilderness more than our people, man.
And we used to know those things. We used to know those things and think that we did, man. It's just like when you watching all those movies. Like I had all the whole camp when we watched the story of Uhtred. What was the name of that? The Last King, man. The Last Kingdom. All right. When we watched that show, all those men, they knew how to start a fire, how to hunt, how to field strip an animal. How to use his fur and all. I'm not saying that you got to become David Crockett in this motherfucker. I'm not saying that. All right. We can't lean it to our own understanding, but the Lord gave us different things, man, the tools. We got to utilize it, man.
They can hold you over to to another brother comes.
Exactly, or to the deliverance. All right?
Man, I'm going to do that too, man. This summer, man, I'm going to
yeah.
do that, man.
I've been tempted to do it, to take a trip, take the brothers out to the forest.
Yeah, let's go.
And just to see what brothers are okay, brother, start a fire without,
I was thinking that today.
It's real talk. I've been thinking about that, man.
Because Jake will get in their mind. Jake gets in their mind. They think, you don't want to be simple, and really it's tempting the Lord, man, by not doing those things. If you got the time, because in a sense, you got these Israelites. Oh, well, the Lord gonna have my back. The Lord gonna have my back. The Lord gave you the understanding to go, hey.
Just like He gave you the strength and the will to work. Right? That's part of your works, man. All right?
Well, the scripture said the spirit of truth shall guide us into all things. The spirit of comfort shall guide us to all truth. That's part of having all truth. Is having survival tactics and knowing how to go about this world.
Right. Even knowing what plants and things you can use to heal yourself, to eat. All the brothers at this point should know about dandelions. You got it. So that's going to be a never-ending supply of food right there. even in the city, man, dandelions grow every damn well.
And even onions, man.
Right?
You know, you got a lot of these little plants that you think are like weeds, man. They're actually onions, man.
Yeah.
You dig down there, it's the bulb. You know, you can eat it. You know, and you can smell them.
And there's a lot of things. You look at a vacant lot and just think that it's weed. A lot of those weeds are edible. A lot of them is food. A lot of them are toxic. It could fuck you up too. So you got to know. You know,
Poison oak look like
right.
poison ivy. But if you take pine needles, right? You take pine needles and you boil them. And the steam from the pine needles cure off infections for your feet.
Yeah,
You take your socks, put your socks on the fire, and the steam from the pine needles and cure out infections.
You can use pine cones to purify water.
Your
too.
water.
You know, you can use pine cones to put into some water that's been sitting to clean it up and then make it drinkable, man.
But the chura seeds are good for pain and burning off infections, but if you take too much, it's poisonous.
But see, there you go, man. So there's lots of things that, see, brothers know a little bit, man.
Virality, pheromones.
Yeah, man. So, you know, like I said, man, you know, in your downtime, you know, like I said, you know, instead of watching the booty clapping videos, click on learn how to start a fire, man, how to make a shelter, man. And some of them are interesting. I actually quite enjoy watching them now. You know, it's like, damn, that's raw. And seeing different ways of doing things, man. Because I knew how to put up a tent, build a shelter, and a half shelter. But the shit that Esau be, I'm like, god damn, man.
Show you how to preserve energy doing it. You know, because a lot of stuff don't take time.
Yeah.
You gotta be efficient.
Yeah. Because your calorie intake gonna be low. And for some reason, though, every time they break out their pack and start cooking, they always have bacon. Man, when they get that fire going and they put their little grill on, they built their little shelter. First thing you see in that pot, you see some eggs, then you see some bacon. It's like, you gotta have that bacon, don't you?
We have to get the opportunity to pay attention to homeless people too. Because these homeless people, they survivalists, man.
Yeah.
They got nothing. They gotta make nothing out of something. You know, you look at them, they be making these, like, especially the ones who sleep on the street. The ones who smart, they know to elevate the bed. You know, because the ground sap all your cold. I mean, all your heat. So, you gotta pay attention to these things.
Yeah.
How they you watch them, they know how to insulate.
Hey, truth be said, man, I've often said it. When the breakdown comes, get our sedition among men, man. When that time comes and society breaks down, man, all these people that's living in these buildings, living good, they gonna be coming to the homeless. The same people that was begging for change are gonna become. They're gonna become the higher echelon of people when society collapses, man. Because they're gonna be the ones that know how to survive in the cold when there's no power, no electricity. Why? Because they're doing it already, man. They have a leg up on everyone else in society already. Especially homeless people that live in climates like this.